That's recording that. That's working.
Welcome to episode 15 of the Dirty Kimbassa podcast. I am Tony.
And I'm Ben.
I think it's better when we do it Tony and Ben rather than Ben and Tony.
I think you're more of a follower. Yeah.
You don't think
Is your bloody phone on silent?
Naturally, I don't know.
Get it checked.
I don't know whether it is or not. I don't think I put it in airplane mode. Ben, other people's kids.
What, like yours?
Yeah, mine not so bad, to be honest, because they've had discipline all their life, and beatings and stuff. But
bit of pain never hurt anyone.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. Look at us; it never did us any harm. My father had a slipper. It was quite hard. But what's prompted this is a couple of times this week, and I don't know if you've noticed it more because I've been a little bit tired this week and particularly grumpy. But teenage boys, shit haircuts. They're all called things like Harrison and Jaden and shit.
Surnames as first names.
Yeah.
I had to bollock my mate the other day.
Well, he's not what's he called his kid?
Grayson.
Ah, what a twat. I hope he listens.
Same twattery as the think about it. Best man last minute thing from last week.
Fucking
Yeah.
twat. So
Yeah.
Right.
He owes me.
So, untucked shirts and unwashed bottoms. Washing bloody. Okay, I've lost my train of thought now. I've lost word. We might have to do some editing here.
I'll edit this out and make you look good.
Yeah.
Like I do every bloody fortnight.
Yeah. Crossing road. Right. So, a group of them cross road in front of you. Right. As slowly as fucking possible. They cross road. They couldn't. If they were snails slithering across road, they'd be quicker. And they'll look at you like you're shit while they do it. Like, you get like a sneer, like, you can't touch me, you can't fucking run me over, right? Now I'm driving several ton of vehicle, and these little cunts are making me want to drive over them. You know what I mean? I'm sure you've experienced it.
I got a little interrupt. I'll tell you when I had a beauty. Coming round Ring Road at North Circular at London, round to East Side, and I turned in to go head west into London. Moments after my dad had just rung me and told me that my granddad had died.
Yeah.
So I were feeling a bit grumpy.
Yeah.
And these three dickheads thought, how slow can we walk across in front of this 18-tonner doing 50 mile an hour?
Yeah.
I never let off throttle. Whitest fella I've ever seen.
I bet they got a move on once.
Yeah.
After a while, yeah.
Oh,
like this morning.
The clear road and clear wall at other side.
Yeah, our aunt school run this morning. And little squem, she hates school. She hates mornings. She's practically napping on passenger seat, so it's no big issue. But these kids are crossing the road in front of me. First thing is, they didn't wait for a traffic stop. They just step out. They just step out and look at you like you're fucking stupid. Like that. What you gonna fucking do about it anyway? I made these little bastards run this morning.
Good.
And that's it. And we failed, haven't we, as a society, where kids really do think they're bomb-proof.
I think we did though, didn't we?
I never thought I was car-proof. I think yeah, we probably did think we were bomb-proof, but we weren't arseholes like that, Ben. We really weren't. One of these days, one of those lads is going to walk into my tattoo studio. And I'm going to hurt him. His tattoo's going to hurt far more. I'll put him off tattoos for life. He'll go in there.
Is there a way of doing a painful tattoo?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, I can. If I want it to hurt, it'll hurt.
How would you do that then?
Well, first of all, I can turn voltage off and run the machine like a fucking road drill.
Right.
That's a start.
So faster needle speed hurts less.
Or more.
Or if it goes too much.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can.
Because this means nothing to me. I'm tattooless.
Yeah. As a professional, you try and make the experience for the customer as bearable as possible. You got to accept it's gonna hurt. Some of these fannies these days come in. Can I have it with numbing cream and shit like that? And some numbing creams and products have been made specifically for the tattoo
For
industry.
fannies.
They cost a lot of money.
Right.
The Emler and Amitop cream that is designed to make injections a bit earlier, a bit easier for kids. They're not even going to last through your tattoo. And more to the point, they also make the skin really soggy, because if you apply it properly, you've got to do it like an hour beforehand, wrap it in cling film, let it saturate into the skin.
Right, yeah.
So the skin doesn't take a good line.
Yeah.
I discourage their use. I tell people,
Don't
come
be
on,
a fanny.
toughen up for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I have known about some well-to-do celebrities who have got extensive tattoo work actually have professional anaesthetics come and sedate them through the process.
Really?
And that, I mean, but and yet they want them because they want to look edgy. And this is going back to where we want. In these kids, they'll want this tattoo to look hard, won't they? And I won't make them feel hard at all.
I've been tempted to pop into your shop and say, Tony, just put us a little tattoo, like a full stop.
Just see what it feels like.
Just so that when people say, have you got any tattoos? And I can go, yeah, look at that. And it's into my thumb like as a full stop.
A few years ago, this lad rang me last minute. Oh, is there any chance you can fit me in, bro? Well, I'm about to shut, lad. I'm about to go. Oh, I'll come now. I'm coming down with me boys. Right. So I said, go on then. I says, go on. If it's going to be a little job. Oh, yeah, I just want something little on my neck. Oh, it's on his neck. He wants to look tough, doesn't he? So he gets here. What an absolute fanny. He didn't look hard in front of his boys at all. He got out at chair 3 times to pretend he were looking in bloody mirror. And in end, I said, look, lad, you're starting to piss me off now. Either sit back in this chair and we'll finish job, or pay me and fuck off. Anyway, he did sit through it. But, a 20-minute tattoo took an hour because he was such a
flange.
Yeah, such a pussy, for want of a better word, These kiddos who are trying to act hard crossing the road are gonna. It might not be me. It could be any other. There'll be some in next couple of years, because if they're going through life with that attitude, somebody'll knock it out of them. Well, they might end up in prison, getting bummed. We can only hope. It's this gangster culture that annoys me. They all think they're gangsters, don't they? Because they've got tracksuits with the socks tucked into them.
Wanksters.
Yeah. I blame rap music.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Shite.
Absolute crap.
I've got a happy story.
Go on then. A happy story.
Yeah, and probably virtually everybody in Britain won't be aware of this. Do you seen Cool Runnings? You remember Cool Runnings?
About the West Indian bobsleigh
team. Yeah. It's a bit like that. But real. Volleyball. World-class volleyball. Not beach volleyball, because that's worth watching.
I don't mind watching beach volleyball. There's some excellent ball control and some skill there, isn't there? Yeah. It's not to do with the fact that there
was a ball?
Young girls playing in their underpants.
But yeah, non-beach volleyball, shall we say. Regular volleyball. Recently, there's been the what would you call it? The World Cup of volleyball, whatever it is, where nations compete.
Okay.
And the Thai team all tested positive for COVID.
Really?
And so they couldn't go and compete. And they'd said to them, if you don't turn up, you forfeit, and it'll be a far bigger hit than even if you lost every match, and you'll go down, so you won't be able to compete again.
But that's not fair, is it?
It's not, isn't it? Yeah.
Who said that to them?
Whatever governing body of volleyballists.
I bet they were fucking Germans.
So this beautiful thing happened. The team from about 20 years ago went, we're still valid to play. We might be all nearly 40 now. They all dropped their day jobs, the kids, everything. Shot off across the world, all tested negative for COVID, stood in for them,
right,
and lost with smiles on their faces.
Right, but
it didn't bloody matter, because the penalty for losing majority of the matches was far less than forfeiting and not turning up.
And I bet they put a respectable. I bet they played their bloody socks off.
Absolutely, they won 2 of the matches. I think it was 13 matches, and they won 2. Now, Thais are not tall, and volleyball you've got a distinct advantage when you're tall. Also, playing people half their age,
Yeah.
So they to put in
Yeah.
a big effort.
Oh, of course
you know?
they had, yeah.
Yeah, and it were nice to watch.
Good.
You know, our lass
Right.
sat there because she's proud of her country
Yeah.
and watched this, and it were brilliant. You know, final match. I think it was yesterday. I don't know if you know in volleyball, you have to win 3 sets.
Yeah, I think so.
But
To win match.
Yeah, but you have to get to 25 points to win match, but you've got to be 2 points clear. A bit like tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd won 1 match each. Third match went to 25 points, and it were borderline. And then
Who
other
were they
teams.
playing against?
I think it was Italians on that last match.
Good. It's good to see Italians get stuffed.
And anyway, Italians won third match and went ahead, and then won game.
Right.
But all ties, smiling away, we stood in for poor girls that have trained all this time for it and got COVID, and it was fucking brilliant to see.
Good.
So yeah,
That's actually a lovely story. I like.
and
I like
it made me think at Cool Runnings.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good.
everybody
isn't
likes an underdog, don't
it?
they?
Yeah, of course. Especially with the British love an underdog story.
Yeah. So what I had to explain to our lass, she says, "Shall we have a little bet on them?" Because they did win 2 of the 13 matches. So I said, "Well, let me explain how betting works to you, love." I says, "When you bet £5 at 7-1 on the Thai veteran team, you lose £5." And we did.
Yeah, fair enough. That's all right. Now it's funny actually. Going back, talking of things international. I don't often watch the news because, to be honest, it makes me angry. Angry, you say, Tony? That's not like you.
I was swigging my coffee then, but I would have said, surely not, Tony.
Yeah, I know. That's the one. So I'm watching news this morning. The EU has decided they need to restrict the amount of British content on European TV. It's because of the fallout from Brexit. Sour grapes. They're upset, aren't they? They don't like us anymore. They're not our friends.
I don't think they ever liked us, did we?
I can live with that.
They're jealous of our moat.
So they've decided no more British films and TV on European TV stations.
Boo-hoo.
Right. Well, again, it's not going to affect us, is it?
I can honestly say,
But
I'm over it already.
do you know? Well, the thing is, did they actually talk to the people who watch these European TV stations and say, "Do you want to see less British television?" Because I've spent a lot of time in and around Europe, and I'm going to tell you now, European TV's pretty shit. French TV, it's just fucking weird. German TV's dull, and Spanish TV is incomprehensible. You know, it's just mental. I actually think that they probably quite like British TVs, and things like Downton Abbey, stuff like that, popular all over the world.
Our lass's mum loved Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
She watched it in Thailand.
Do you remember when we were kids and I can't remember if it were on Channel 4 or the new Channel 5. I mean, I remember when Channel 4 were new. We're that old.
What was that, about 80?
Something like that, 84, 85, something like that. But yeah, it were 80s, wasn't it?
I remember we had a TV and it only had 3 buttons on it.
Yeah.
So when you wanted to watch Channel 4, you had to retune one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Not that in those days they were all worth watching on Channel 4. It were always a bit wacky and out there. But then it got really good, didn't it? Like, so, I mean, now like they make some of the best films and things, and you know, I quite like Channel 4 now. But I can't remember if it were on Channel 4 or Channel 5, but there were a thing called Euro Trash.
Oh, yeah.
You know, do you remember that?
Yeah.
It used to be on quite late at night.
That fella in a skirt.
It were weird. Yeah.
Jean-Michel somebody? What?
No, I don't know, but he were French, he were weird, and basically these people were that desperate to be on telly, you'd have a bloke eating a dog turd.
Minging.
Or something like that, just to be on telly, and that was standard of European TV.
Yeah.
So, my message to the people controlling the European Union at the moment is, fill your boots, you watch whatever you want, you know, and we'll leave you to it.
It's similar in Thailand when we go there. There's a lot of American
Yeah.
TV, and they've got it set up so you can choose between dubbed version or English and put subtitles on.
They're not going to be televising our podcast in Berlin at this rate.
I say, yeah, maybe we're not going to get EU listeners now.
Nah.
Maybe we'll be banned.
I don't know. That'd be quite good. I'd feel secretly proud if I were banned in the EU.
Would you?
Yeah.
Thai TV is equally as bad. Thai TV's... Do you remember Tarrant on TV?
Yes.
And he used to do little snippets of Japanese game shows and shit like
some
that.
Some of them were horrific.
Off the fucking rocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thai TV's very much like that.
Right.
It's mental. For some reason, they seem to think that they have to have sound effects all the time. It's bizarre. It's cartoon sound effects.
Yeah. Some of the Bollywood action heroes are a bit that way, though, aren't they? You know, the Indian TV.
Yes. It's a bit silly, like that silliness, yeah. And Thai TV...
Well, you say silly. It's culturally different.
It's silly.
Yeah.
And I do find it a bit hard work.
Yeah.
When our lass has got Thai TV.
So when they're having a fight and it's pew, 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 pew.
Even talking. And they'll have a talk show, for example.
Yeah.
And somebody says something mildly funny. So there has to be a boing or a drum or whatever, you know. Just, honestly. Look
right, you've got to have a boing. Maybe that's what do we have to have a bar?
Maybe we're following suit. Maybe that's
we
where
are.
I've subliminally got it from.
Yeah, possibly. We have to have a bar, don't we, with us?
Without us bar, how would we seamlessly segue like we do?
I don't know. I'll leave that thing to you. Remember, I got fired last week. I don't even know why I'm here, if I'm honest. I haven't been bored.
For the big money.
Yeah, that's what it is. For these mega bucks, all this advertising revenue we're bringing in.
You scared them off.
Only lankskank.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I stand by any remark I've made. European TV is shit. Right?
Clue with a name, wasn't it? Right. Euro trash.
Yeah. Well, also look at Netflix now. Lot of foreign content. You know why it's on there? Because it's cheap.
Ah, yeah.
Because it's cheap. And why is it cheap? Because it's not very good.
I tend to find I'm watching TV to wind down.
Yeah.
I'm watching something with subtitles. I find a bit tiresome when you're wanting to wind down, so I tend not to bother.
Yeah.
So Netflix, no, I won't be watching there.
Yeah.
There was the that series, isn't there? Girl who kicked the hornet's nest, and girl who did this, that, and other.
Yeah, they were actually. To be fair, they were very good.
I've heard they're very good.
They were European exceptions.
Which is why I put it on.
But you had to follow what was going on.
Yeah.
You couldn't just nod off and wake up and still know who were who. And
yeah, I put it on and it started with subtitles. I thought, I can't be arsed. I'm winding down here, not studying.
Yeah. Oh, that was on years and years ago. There were that Das Boot on U-Boat. That were all subtitled. And that, again, it were very good. But you couldn't switch off.
Yeah.
It wasn't like lightweight relaxation telly. It were serious stuff. But, again, the majority of European TV isn't good. So, fuck them.
Shall we change subject?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've got a little rant.
Are you ranting?
Me little rant.
Go on then. What's upset you? Other than me.
On social media, you often see councillors and politicians or whatever you out litter picking.
Yes.
And I think, if you didn't cut the fucking budgets, we'd have people that still did that job.
I agree.
You wouldn't have to be out there picking the litter just for a frigging photo opportunity to try and show us how amazing you are.
I get that. I actually litter picker myself. I've taken kids doing it. We don't put it on social media, but we go out. I've even bought half a dozen grabbers. But if we're raised as kids right, there won't be any fucking litter. There's no annoys me more than seeing a car full of lads throw all the McDonald's papers out a window when there's a bin a metre away.
Yeah.
I've actually on occasion put the litter back through the car window.
There's a YouTuber does that regular. She's
done
on a motorbike.
I've seen her. Yeah. I've done it myself a couple of times. Difference is I don't do it and right. Well, I put it through in the face and hang around to see if they're going to do out about it.
Explain error of the ways.
You know, it's yeah.
But yeah, politicians just don't cut the bloody budget so tight that they can't afford people to do basic council jobs. You know,
like leaning on a shovel while your mate digs.
12 men round a hole.
That's it. Yeah. Funny that Kirklees Council with their pothole on social media, and people are twats, aren't they?
Yep.
People can be really funny when they want to be. So, Kirklees Council. they're getting a lot of complaints about potholes.
Rightly so.
Rightly so, because they're terrible.
Yeah.
So they've got a picture of this poor young lad on like a youth training scheme with a tape measure and a spirit level. And the caption's somewhat like, Kirklees' team is out inspecting potholes. Darren has measured this one and found that it's not, it doesn't require attention yet. First comment, fuck off, his spirit level's nowhere even near edge. Next comment, oh my god, someone superimposed the poor guy on a picture at Grand Canyon. Darren's decided this one doesn't need attention yet either, and things like this. And Kirkley, they ended up pulling the post off social media because they were getting so much bloody stick over it. But it was funny, it was great, and I love when things like that. I love when politicians get bitten in the arse because they're trying to be clever.
Again, going back to, there's a YouTuber, and I think he was in Durban, and there were some massive potholes around there, so he filled his pickup with shrubs and went and planted in them all.
all
potholes, yeah. See, they were that big that you had to drive round them. So he just started putting shrubs in them to help people avoid them.
That's really nice that he's planting plants in potholes, because there were a guy going around with Birmingham, basically with a spray can, drawing knobs around potholes just so that council would come out and do something about it.
Beautiful.
So yeah, penis graffiti.
Yeah, why not?
Around all the potholes. That were great, wasn't it?
This best man speech that I had to do, I mentioned on last episode, forced us to end up having the birds and bees talk, because my kids know they're two kids and the two people getting married.
Okay.
So we said, right, on so day we're going to their wedding. To which my lads went, aren't they already married? They've got two kids. I said, no, not yet. And they said, are they having another baby then? And I went, why? What's up? And they said, well, when you get married, you have a child. Have they been married twice? They've got two kids. Now, this stems back to a conversation when they'd sort of broached on subject, and we'd gone, oh, bloody hell, here we go. And we sort of gone, oh yeah, well, you get married and you have a child, and they went, oh yeah, that's it. And then they'd sort of left it at that. So, oh yeah, well, there's a dog and there's another dog, and they get married and they have puppies, and like, yeah, let's leave it at that. They're a bit young, So this has gone on for a couple of years. I was saying to them, no, they've been together 14 years, and they've had two children, but they're not married yet. And they both sat there with confused looks on their faces. What? How does that work? And they're not letting it lie. They're not letting it lie.
They're not letting you out of this one.
So, right, okay, maybe I need to explain this to them.
How old are they now? And they done it in school yet?
They're 8 and 10.
How they done it in school?
No.
They do these days. They start them young.
Didn't have a clue. So I explained how it is. To which they both sat there giggling until I said, and that's how you were made. And they went, oh. All right, go on, off to bed now. Okay, Daddy. so we had a lot of little boys giggling.
I've not had the conversation with Hol. I've trusted that Hol will figure it out.
At
for
15,
herself.
she probably knows by now.
I think she knows. So
yeah.
I think I've got away with that one. And with Squem, well, young Squem, who turned 10 this last weekend.
I don't think she's tame enough for boys to go near her yet, is she?
That's it. But she still firmly believes. I got her in one of them plastic eggs from a vending machine at Seaside.
Nice.
I told her I wanted a magic ring, but when I opened it, there were a baby in it. And I felt sorry for it, so I took her home. And that's how I ended up with her. And she still believes that. And also, she also believes that I won her sister in a fight with some gypsies.
Stick with that.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I think I've got away with it for now. I think that's all right, isn't it?
I'll go with that, yeah. Well, this morning, kids are getting nearly ready for school. My eldest growing his hair so he can donate it to Little Princess charity to make wigs for cancer victim children. And so it takes a bit of tying up, because it's not quite ponytail length, and Alas's doing that. Well, Alas's tying his hair up.
The only justifiable time to have a man bun, by the way.
Yeah, there's another month it'll be ponytail, he'll be alright.
Yeah.
Other one stood there, nearly ready for school, and he went, sperm.
His teachers are going to have a great time this week, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, that's level we're on in our house. Is they're coming to terms with how they were made and where it all came from.
Well.
Sperm.
Oh, the deal. To be fair, I'm glad I ain't got boys, because when you've got girls, you can just sort of like fob it onto the mother.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, go on. Sort your mother. Oh,
dad it off.
Yeah, girl things. Yeah, all right. Go see your mum. You know, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got welding to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did have a conversation with them without our lass being there. I thought I can't keep a straight face if she's there, you know.
I think every parent comes to it at some point, don't they?
You've got to do it.
I think every parent kind of dreads it a little bit. Apart from the parents that are professional people who've had their children later in life when they were career ready for them, and I've read a book by Dr. Zoidberg or whatever it's called about parenting, and they don't hit mummy, Tarquin. Now don't bite mummy. Those parents, they relish that kind of thing because they're assholes. They can't wait to have a serious discussion about how adult their 8-year-old can be. You know.
Yeah, mine's just giggling at sperm.
The ones that come out with the profound thing their children are saying, well, mine's covered in chocolate and drawing on furniture.
Licking her own ear.
Yeah. Why is me telly sticky, squem? You know.
Just remember other one that he did, young'un, with his giggly silliness. I'm sat on bog, and the kids just burst in, don't they? Don't care.
No respect.
Yeah, and he stood there in front of me. Need a poo, Daddy. So, well, I'm mid poo, so do you mind waiting? Okay.
And then he stands there.
Just stood there staring at me, and then he went, "The world's biggest penis is 13 inches. This is 8-year-old." And I said, "Oh, is it? Where have you found that then?" And he went, "Louis told me." All right. Where did Louis find out? He looked on Google.
Is that the world's biggest penis then?
Apparently.
I beg to differ.
So then I finished on bog. He still stood supervising me because he's urgently needing this, Stood up off toilet and he goes, move up, get past. I can't get past you for the size of me penis."
Whales have big penises. Let's get educational for a minute. They're a big animal, is a whale, isn't it?
I'll edit it out.
Right. Whales have big penises. And going back to days of whaling, when men were tougher and the world was a crueler place, the first thing they did when they caught a big whale, a big whale,
Blackpool,
cut its cock off.
Nice.
And they skinned it. And then they got its foreskin and strung it up. Have you never read Moby Dick? They strung its foreskin up into yard arms and let it hang there, blowing in wind and salt for a while. Then they brought it down and they cut it up and they made aprons that were like full body length aprons for the guys that were going to do the blubber cutting with they had like a spade type thing for cutting whale blubber.
Yeah.
So for cutting men were wearing aprons made out of whales' foreskins to keep them clean when they did cutting.
That's one way of doing it.
That's how big whales' cocks are. You wouldn't want one of them bumming you, would you?
Good grief.
So basically, whale's cock is the size of you, man.
6 feet long, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, 4.5. And as wide. Interesting stuff, that.
Yeah, I'll cut that out.
Yeah, we can't get too educational, can we? That's it. Yeah, no. One of my favourite books, that Moby Dick.
I've never read it.
What's interesting about him is he made extensive notes on the process of whaling that are included in some editions of the book.
This is going to be a short podcast. We've run out of stuff to say.
Whale cock.
Whale cock.
Sperm.
Was it a sperm whale? Oh my god, I haven't told him there's a sperm whale.
Sperm whale.
That'll piss him laughing.
Well, that's the oil, isn't it? They get oil from sperm whales that they used to use as lamp oil. I don't think they actually wiped them off.
No, I don't think it were actually sperm.
No. Can you imagine putting that on your CV? Or a
whale wanker.
Yeah. Emailing in your funny stories on dirtykimbasser@gmail.com.
Do you know?
I'm starting to remember email addresses.
Yeah.
Now. I'm getting all tech savvy.
But it's becoming a bit of a repetitive thing that nobody's emailed in.
Jeff emails in periodically.
He does now and again.
I think we've scared Dave off.
Email in if you're listening. You don't have to tell us anything. Just
anybody
email in and
there?
go, yes, somebody's actually listening.
I don't know if anybody is now. I'm not bothered. Maybe one day in the future, aliens will discover our podcast and think that we are a typical cross-section of the human race.
They'll talk about us like you talked about Eurotrash.
Or like I talked about whale penises.
Educational. We'll cut it out. Tell you. I don't know if I mentioned this before. A public service announcement. People need to stop wearing shoes with toes. Have you seen them shoes where they got individual toes?
Yeah.
That is fucking minging.
Did you not think it'd be good for climbing trees?
Well, it might be, but not.
Do you climb a lot of trees?
Walking round streets in them.
Yeah. I think it's very easy to break a toe if you're doing something like that. If you're running or something like that.
But just, how do you clean them? Oh, it's just the minging.
Yeah, I'm not into shoes with toes, but I don't own a pair.
And Crocs are minging.
Oh, and now you see, I've had to just throw my Crocs away because I finally wore through the soles.
Minging.
But I've managed to replace them with a pair of cheap Dunlop flip-flops. Dunlop, good brand. Same brand as tyres I have on motorcycle.
Tyres? Yeah. Do they make you run faster?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried running?
I used to run quite frequently, mate. Being a soldier, running was part of my job. Drop handlebar motorcycle, bicycle.
Pedally bicycle, yeah.
Yeah, I don't own a pedally bicycle. If I did, it'd be a rally chopper. I think I'm trying to get one for Squem.
I might know a man.
Right. The thing is, they want stupid money for them.
He tends to buy them and do them up and sell them.
I don't want
good nick.
I don't want to buy. I don't want to spend like £1,000 on a push bike like some of them are asking.
I've just spent 1,800.
Yeah, but it's electric.
It's electric.
It's also gay.
It's also all integrated in, so people can't nick your battery and all.
You've got a Yamaha 650 out there. Bloody use that.
I do.
Good.
I do. But in winter, when it's salty, I won't be riding my 40-year-old motorbike. I'll be riding this pedally bike. In fact, no, I won't. I'll go in fucking car.
You will.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not frozen.
No, any idiot can be cold. No, that's the one. I notice you've got a skateboard, Ben. Are you any good?
I can stand up on a skateboard, shall we say?
I'm crap.
I can. Yeah, I can't do like quarter pipe, half
No, I
pipe,
can't
stuff
do
like
all
that.
that, no. Yeah.
I can get going.
I can go down a hill on one.
Right, yeah.
That's about it. Can I stop at bottom? Not very well.
Jump off.
If there's a wall, I'll stop.
I can tic tac.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's left, right to get going, up flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Which is about what I was teaching my lad when he got it. He's not got enough coordination, to be honest.
A lot of kids haven't, have they?
No, and he's very gangly. So
A lot of kids are.
yeah, he's very gangly, and I think they just lack that motor control.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Like,
They trip over their own feet.
I noticed Squem were doing like kung fu moves on me the other day, and she were really crap at it. You know, if I'd have wanted to, I could have really kicked her ass.
Mine do karate. I've done for many years, and we figured it'd help with the coordination and stuff.
I think one of the reasons I'm so well coordinated with everything is that as a kid I used to wear wellies all the time.
You mentioned
If you
this,
can do
yeah.
if you can play football in wellies, if you can skateboard in wellies, if you can do out in wellies, you get good at it.
What age did you stop wearing wellies?
It's hard to say. I used to wear wellies a lot, and
You got them on now?
no, I have a pair of sturdy leather boots on now. But wellies, you know, if you can perform day-to-day tasks, everything you do in wellies, you'd be surprised how dexterous it makes you.
Do you think you could bail in band a gate in wellies?
I reckon I could. Could you do it with wellies on your hands? That's the thing. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you wore wellies and boxing gloves for everything, life could be messy. Do you reckon you could drive in wellies and boxing gloves?
I've driven in wellies.
I've driven in wellies. It depends what you're driving though. Some cars are hard to drive
Fiddly
in
pedals,
wellies.
yeah. How boring was that?
You come across things like that though that just sound like they might be a good idea, but in practice they aren't.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Seats that rustle when you move in them.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't get comfy today.
What's up with you?
You what?
What's up?
Back's gone. My spine, it don't bend anymore.
See, you've said such old things today. Like, I've got sturdy leather boots and my back don't bend anymore. How old are you?
I'm old. I'm knackered. You know, it won't be long before I ain't got a good day's work in me. And then I'll be able to cross road very slowly in front of people. So,
wave your stick at teenagers, doing the same as you.
Nah, I don't think I'll be waving a stick at anybody. Or indeed a 13-inch penis.
No.
Which apparently is the biggest in the world.
Heat, sperm. Heat.
Hey, he's your son.
I know. What? When you make little versions of yourself, how the fuck do you think it's going to turn out? You know?
That's it. I mean, I just hope, to be honest, a good teacher will slap it out of him. It's been Father's Day, hasn't it? It's been Father's Day. My dad had no clue it was Father's Day. Went round, took him a card. 10 minutes later, he still had no clue it was Father's Day.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Can we have a bit of a rant at my dad?
Why?
Because he's hard bloody work.
Is he? What's he done?
He's 70 going on 140, honestly.
But you in a few years.
He rang me up midweek for Father's Day. He says, can I come around Sunday dinner? I fancy some belly pork. Oh, all right. I said, well, I'm working Sunday. I said, let's have earlier finish Saturday. Let's do Saturday instead. Oh, yeah. And he's retired, so...
It don't matter which day it is, does it? Yeah.
I work in both days, but I'd have 2 finish on Saturday and a 4 o'clock finish on Sunday. So, all right, let's do with that.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Sorted. Went out and bought biggest piece of belly pork you've ever seen, you know. 15 quid's worth. So,
all right, okay.
A hefty piece.
A nice big joint, yeah.
We figured it'll, last 2 days. And some other bits and bats. Especially for this meal. About 12 o'clock rings me up. Oh, I don't know if I can drive there.
What? Where does he live?
I don't have it in... Just above Triangle there.
Round corner then.
It's like 3 mile away,
yeah.
I don't know if I could drive over. So I thought you were bringing your car over to adjust tick over on it as well. Because he don't like it ticking over too low. Because he stalls too much.
All right.
I mean, in his defence, it does tick over at about 4 RPM. You know, I'd said to him, bring your car that day, we'll sort it. Sun's out, nice day to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can drive over.
What's up?
Oh, I'm rough. It's all right. Did you go to drive seat girlfriend yesterday? Yeah. Right. Okay. I see what this is. Okay.
So he wants you to pick him up, does he?
Yeah. So he says, is your van still at garage getting timing chain done? I says, yeah. So if I come over, I'm coming in GTO. Oh, I don't want to go in that. Oh, I don't know if I can come today.
Oh, fuck's sake.
He don't like GTO because it's bumpy.
Well, it will be. It's a sports car.
Yeah. Given we had a very similar do at Christmas.
Yes.
Where he didn't turn up for Christmas dinner.
Because he couldn't be arsed.
Because he couldn't be arsed. And he didn't turn up to my cousin's wedding, even though he'd said he were going, and he couldn't be arsed.
Yeah.
It's fucking naughty, that. If you're not going, just say you're not going. They've paid for a meal for you.
Yeah,
you know?
I know
So
what you mean, yeah.
I said to him, you said you'd be here at 3. I've bought meat especially. We're doing your car. Be here at 3 o'clock, as we said, or we're going to fall out.
Right.
He turned up at 2:45.
Fair enough.
He had a lovely meal, enjoyed it, and I think he might have... I don't know if he's took message or not.
I don't know. Maybe.
It makes me want to throttle him. You know, if he wanted my dad, I'd have fallen out with him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's funny, like, I mean, you mentioned Christmas dinner. Our life's changing now. My mum's moved. She's moved into that bungalow. They ain't going to be doing Christmas dinners there. For
Little
family.
place, is it?
It's only little. Yeah.
This bungalow you've done up for her that she's not happy with.
It's been a thankless task.
Yeah.
I've been there 3 times this week building flat pack fucking furniture. Oh mate, you know this actually wound me up, right? So it's flat pack furniture. It's supposed to be cheap, except stuff my mum's bought ain't cheap, right? For money she's paid, they should be sending a team of bloody people to build it. It's so I'm putting it together. There's no room to do it because it's such a little bungalow. Building wardrobes that have to lay on floor when there's a bed in room and things. Can't do it outside. I'll never get them in through doors. So I've struggled with it. It's been hard work.
Didn't you mention this last podcast?
I might have done.
Senility.
Maybe.
It's your
Senility.
third old strike for this one.
I've been doing again, she's bought, oh, right, I've got some bedside tables now. Will you build them for me? Well, they're a bit easier than a wardrobe.
Yeah.
So I did them on kitchen table. So I built one and more or less built t'other. And then we open a packet of fittings and they're like runners for drawer.
Yeah.
And they've got like a little wheel on. And you screw them to the side of the cabinet, slot your drawer on top, and in it goes. So there's 6 of these drawer runners. 3 go on each side. And one of them hadn't been drilled properly. It's like they've half drilled it.
Right.
So they hadn't bothered putting wheel on that one.
Okay.
Because they hadn't. So obviously, but they've still put it in packet
Back
with
to
others, put it in box, shipped it from, I think, Malaysia. Right. So now we've got to try and get from supplier this part. And they say, right, this, and this is where I raised my voice a little bit. Oh, that's no problem, sir. Put it all back in box and send it back to us. Right, so, well, a courier to send it back is going to be about 30 quid. It's an heavy item.
That's on them though, isn't it?
You'd think so. They didn't want to pay. They didn't say, oh, we'll pay shipping, right. But think, I've already built this fucking thing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do a job twice. So, no. Open a bloody another one and send me a drawer rail.
Yeah.
In post.
Quicker, cheaper,
Cheaper for everybody.
Yeah.
Less fucking about. And then you can, if you want another drawer rail, contact your Malaysian supplier and get it sorted out. And we can't do that. Why not? Well, we won't be able to sell that box that we opened. I'm like, well, you won't be able to sell this one that I've just sent bloody back, will you? You know. So eventually she spoke to the manager, and after having, well, basically repeating myself exactly word for word what I told her, eventually we think we've got something sorted.
Right.
Whether this part materialises or something. But if you worked in factory, would you have put that in packet, that half drilled, or would you say, hang on, there's a fucked one here, let's put that to one side and get another one?
They'll be on piecework.
Yeah, but we're talking seconds.
Yeah. Stop talking common sense.
That's somebody really not giving a fuck, innit?
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
somebody somewhere not giving a fuck.
Now, I'm wondering if I'm going to end up in a similar situation, because recently I've got a cycle to work voucher through work so I can get my bike. And the bike I wanted, I'm going to name them, it's a Van Moof X3.
Van Moof.
Van Moof. Dutch company.
Sounds Dutch. You'd think they'd make vans.
Yeah, that move. Yeah. A lot of electric bikes these days, they look like the electric stuff is an afterthought, don't they? It's bolted on. You know, even ones that are designed from factory, they've still got that Bosch motor going on, stuck on pedals, and it's a bit of an ugly mess. Whereas this one, they've integrated it all into the frame. It looks tidy. Nobody can pinch your battery off it or all like that. So I thought, yeah, go on.
Was that a big thing, battery theft?
That's 700 quid a battery.
Yeah,
if I ever
okay.
used mine for work, I always took it and put it in my locker. Quite a chunk of money.
I've not even thought about that.
So this bike, a bit of research on model and company and all this.
Yeah.
And they got quite a few returns. And then bad returns.
Right, okay. Bad feedback.
Yeah. So they've only got one shop in England.
Okay.
Of course, it's in dirty London. And I'm not going to dirty London.
No, you fuck.
And by the sounds of it, they're fully booked for a month with servicing constantly.
I wouldn't go to London for a kidney. Never mind a fucking push bike.
I thought, well, if I mail order it, distance selling regulations and all that, you're protected, aren't you?
Are you?
If it needs returning under warranty, it's their problem.
Okay. Is that the law or is it? I don't know.
Distance selling
I'll
regulations.
take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'm not that clued up on my consumer rights.
Fairly clued up because I've fallen out with a couple of companies that can't sort the shit out. I thought, right, okay, there's a Facebook group of Van Moofers or something like that, and posted a poll in there because bad review, people are more likely to leave a bad review than they are a good review.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, okay, is this
That's
case?
why our podcast gets such negative feedback. We've got millions of happy listeners.
Millions,
just
literally.
A couple of thousand the ones that don't like us.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So I thought, right, I'll create a poll in the owners group, just saying, are you happy with it? Are you, indifferent? What happened? And it's come out about 90% happy, shall we say, about that. I thought, okay, well, I've read these people's comments, because you can see who's voted, and I've looked at their comments of what happened, and they've had but more than
You got to discount any from anyone called Karen.
more often than not, it's been UPS being a bit shit.
See, UPS are really good. They're the only one, the only courier that comes to my shop I've not had to kick.
UPS for me have been very good, but I can only really comment on our local driver.
Local guy, yeah. And they're all right round here, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're nice lads, yeah.
But, you know, UPS from another country,
Yeah,
it's going to get handled a dozen times, isn't
Yeah.
it? And it's a big expensive thing in a box takes some manhandling.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's been stories of this and then returning
Do they
them
come assembled?
semi-assembled.
So you got to put wheels on and
Yeah.
handlebars and
Yeah,
stuff.
and they come with some. I'll probably YouTube it, to be honest. I'll put it on my bike from the brink.
All right. You think anybody wants to watch you putting together an electric bike?
I think you'll watch it.
I won't. I'm not even interested in electric lighting.
I'm wondering if I'm going to end up in a similar situation with this bike. We'll see, won't we?
So, are you going for the van move?
It's ordered.
You've ordered
about
it.
4 days ago.
Right, what kind of price is this?
1,800 quid.
You see, for 1,800 quid, you could have a lot of belly pork.
You could.
Yeah.
I've been having my dad round more.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, £1,800. I don't think that sounds that expensive.
It's not for an electric bike.
No, because you're buying yourself some transport, aren't you? Admittedly, it's not fast. It's not stylish. It's not cool. It's not going to get you laid, but it will get you to work.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's what essentially for free.
You're wanting, yeah.
Yeah, I bought it
and you've got your voucher,
yeah.
So you're saving a little bit of money as well.
Yeah.
You're in effect, you're not paying full price for it because you're going to get some tax back.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good deal. It's a shame they don't say have like a government backed buy yourself a Harley to get to work on scheme. That'd be good, wouldn't it? You know, buy yourself a Triumph Spitfire.
I have been using my 650 XJ650 to go to work.
Yeah.
And it's been nice. Not sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
You know,
it's grand. You can just whip through. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in at sort of office hours the other day, so there was quite a queue.
Yeah.
For roundabout. No.
Yeah. Now my little one Squem, she loves going on back at motorbike. Totally fearless. You know,
mine too love it as well. Yeah.
I've modified it. Big footboards instead of foot pegs, so she's got something solid to plant her feet on. Backrest,
sissy bar.
Yeah, sissy bar and backrest. She's well secured. And I've got these love handle things that she can hold on to. But more often than not, I just loosen my belt a notch and she can put her hands in my belt. And she holds on to that.
Yeah.
Because she can't get her hands around me, you see. She's little. But
I told my lads to put their hands in my pockets on my jacket.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, because they're not quite going all the way around my fat belly. Then
that's the one. Yeah, and she loves it, and she particularly likes it when I pick her up from school. Pick her up from school on Harley. Cool, innit?
Yeah.
Right. One young lad. Let's name him. I have no objection about naming twats. Abdurrahman he's called.
A what?
Abdurrahman.
I've never heard that name before.
But apparently, girls can't ride motorbikes.
Oh, is that right?
Apparently, according to this young lad. Well, I just told Emily to tell him, well, which of us is riding motorbike? There you go. And I've got to plug a friend of mine. If anyone's interested, email in dirtykimbasser@gmail.com. My friend Roger Henderson, lovely old chap, proper vintage motorbike enthusiast, goes all over Europe on a little CZ 350, Jawas and things like that. He likes his Eastern Bloc stuff, but he has an old mill in Keighley which is converted into motorcycle workshops, and he's done a lot for like young lads, you know, taking them under his wing a bit. Young lads that might, for want of a role model, have ended up with their life taking a darker path sometimes. You know, he's been good to a few young lads, kept them out of jail, you know, given them some life skills and some workshop skills and things like that. And he's run this place for quite a while, and he's just starting to do a evening class in motorcycle maintenance and repair for opening it up to young women.
Right.
Because, and I agree with him, there's a lot of there's a lot of knobheads on motorbikes. You know, we go in motorbike world, and I've noticed this myself. Like, young women will get preached at by these old fellas, telling them what they should be doing, telling them and you look at these old fellas and you think to yourself, you fat old foot, you've never even turned a bloody spanner, and you're telling this young lass what she should be doing. She's twice biker you've ever been, but because they've got the jacket and the beard, they think that grants them some kind of sage status, and I'll be honest, I know a lot of these old bikers who are absolutely bloody useless. So I think fair play to Roger for doing something this.
Are you going to name any of these old bikers as well?
Write you a bloody list. Stand around with their goatee beards and their sunglasses on, trying to act hard, just 'cause they're big lads. But I've got no time for them.
By big, do you mean fat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Fat and bloody useless more often than not. And some of these young lasses who are really trying to break into it, and there's blokes like that holding them out, trying to belittle them somehow. It's sexism, innit? And it's not on. If somebody wants to ride a bike, let them ride a bloody bike.
Get on with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Roger's doing that. If anybody's interested, I'll get you the details. And I think it's a nice thing he's doing. It's good. Because the thing about Roger is, he won't be one of these that says, oh no, you can't do that, you're a girl, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that. He'll say, well, give it a try.
Have a go.
Here's tools, here's workshop, let's have a go.
Yeah.
That's the one,
That's a bit like my restoration I'm doing on my Virago, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't have an idea of what I want to do, but I've not necessarily done the job before.
You'll find your way.
Yeah.
Of course you will.
If anybody's interested in watching me break things, Bike from the Brink.
Well,
you'll
have to find the bloody ignition key first, you dozy bastard.
Yeah, that was a belter today.
Yeah.
So, Tony brought me up his compression tester and pulled spark plug out, screwed it in, and thought, oh yeah, I'll need me booster pack because battery disconnected. I got my booster pack in position, went to turn the ignition key on, and it's vanished. As far as I'm aware, it was left in the ignition. So an hour's worth of setting up cameras and setting everything up to go to waste.
It'll turn up. Life's like that.
What shit is that?
You might have a key hiding poltergeist.
I don't know.
We've got one in tattoo shop. Jane that works for me brought it with her. I can't find out bloody these days. Since Jane started working for me, I can't find out. I can only assume we've got a poltergeist that hides things. That's my theory anyway.
I need a pee now, so let's wind up.
Alright, let's wind up. So dirtykingbassett@gmail.com. Email us in if you want us to talk about anything, and we'll hopefully do another one in a couple of weeks.
Give us a share. Social media seems to work well when people share it.
It don't work for me. I'm always banned. I'm allowed back on now.
I know, but did you see that ban I tagged you in the other day?
I did, yeah. I've lost interest in it now, mate. I mean, that's it.
There you go. So yeah, dirtykingbass@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Give us a share, and it does help get listeners in. I'm talking to both of you. Come on. Get it a share now.
I think we've got 3 listeners now.
You're up to 3?
Yeah.
You don't count.
Oh, right, 2 then.
Jackson Lake.
What a nice guy.
He'll listen back to it, so that counts as 1.
That does.
There we go.
4. Okay.
Right, thanks for listening.
Next time.
See you later.
You won't see him.
You won't. Press stop.